feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming.
Hello beautiful people, welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today we are going to talk about Bitcoin and altcoin. Bitcoin against altcoin. Are we going to see more altcoin rise, or are we going to see more Bitcoin rise, or are we going to see both of them dump? I am Bitcoin Gorilla. This analysis is going to be multiple time frame analysis, and the chart I'll be looking at is Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart, and Bitcoin dominance. If you don't know what Bitcoin dominance is, Bitcoin BTC.D means Bitcoin dominance, and it also represents Bitcoin plotted against altcoins. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So the first one I'll be looking at is the Bitcoin dominance itself. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. I've already drawn this chart because I want this chart to be a brief analysis and quick, straight to the point. So this is the chart analysis I'm going to do. I do not use indicator. I'm using the Bitcoin Gorilla box, and according to this box, what I should be expecting is price is actually trading at the inside of the box, right? And the range as it is, there is actually a support, but a stronger support lies this point, right? So Bitcoin dominance could actually pull back further. So the choice it has now is that we could pull back further to the price of 40%, right? We could see it's currently at 41.59. It could still drop to 40%, so we could get a move like this and down, right? But I do see this down move extending, so we could get a move like this and they will try to move back up, but their main target could end up at 39.65. What does this tell me? It tells me that altcoins are likely going to find their way up, but that does not mean that Bitcoin is not going to move up, right? So whenever this Bitcoin dominance is going down, it means that altcoins, more capital are entering altcoin than is entering Bitcoin, and altcoins we see now. When I say altcoins, it doesn't mean that all the altcoins, it means that majority of them, in fact above average, are pumping than Bitcoin is when compared to Bitcoin. That's what it means. So in such situation, if the average Bitcoin altcoins are pumping than Bitcoin, then this Bitcoin dominance is going to go down a little down, right? If Bitcoin is pumping faster than the average altcoin, then we're going to see the BTC.D going up. And in this situation, what I see coming is that the average altcoin will see a pump than Bitcoin. So it's not all altcoin, but we're going to see few. So if compared to money entering some altcoin, we're going to see some altcoin actually jumping and having a pump. That is what it means. So we're going to see either Bitcoin is going to be stagnant for a while in a sideways, while some altcoin escape and start moving up. That is going to cause this move down, right? Because Bitcoin is stagnant and altcoins are moving. So we're going to see it actually get into. So at worst case scenario, I see it getting to 39.68%, right? I see it getting to that 39.68%, but I do see them getting a jump at 40.53%. So this tells me that altcoin have chances of having more pump than Bitcoin, at least for now. Based on this chart, this analysis is based on daily chart, at least for now. And in fact, the main of let's see this. Let's look at it on 4 hours chart. A brief look at 4 hours chart so that we can compare the chart. So this is the chart on 4 hours chart. So let's try and make sense of it. Then we can compare it to the chart of Bitcoin. So you can see what we're having is more like a retest. So there's a brief sideways movement accumulation that went here before they went up, but they've hit my control line, and my control line said that we're going all the way down, right? But the thing I see here is that chances are high they are likely going to find their way. They're going to make it like this. So like this. Why is it going to move like this? It's going to move like this because of the stagnancy of BTC consolidating. We're doing that 41 to 41k to 42k to 39,900, that range. So price has been consolidating for a while, and we see that consolidation has really shown up in the price of Bitcoin. So the next thing I'm going to look at is, what I'm saying, Bitcoin dominance is pointing to me that we're going to see a little bit downside on the average comparison between Bitcoin and altcoin. So does that mean that altcoin is going to pump more? Well, according to the Bitcoin dominance chart, we're going to see some rise in some altcoin during April than Bitcoin. So let's look at this. So this is Ethereum chart. I've also taken my time to draw it out, and this is the daily chart, and I'm going to interpret it fast on what I am saying coming. So here's what I likely see. Where Ethereum is right now, Ethereum is likely going to see more bounce, right? So I do see Ethereum bulls returning all the way to 3,500, and in fact they could even go further up, right? But that is not going to be easy, right? That's not going to be easy, because I do see something is that if they are not careful, they could dive a little further down to 2,700 to stop here before their move continue. But I do see them, because I do see them holding the control line though, so I am not going to underrate their chances of holding the control line, because if I choose to use a trend line in this range to connect this point, I see that where they are likely going to hold it. So we see a sideways already building in the market. So if I zoom in, so here's what I see playing out. Like I said, they could just, if this bearish 2-bar reversal that I'm seeing on the control line continues, then Ethereum could push further down, right? Worst case scenario, that's what I'm saying. It could push further down. According to my box strategy, they could get to 2,770 or so. But if the trend line hold up, they're likely going to stop at 2,900 range to 2,904. But here's the thing first, 2,900 range. That is what I'm saying. So they could just get to this point. But in real sense, I see this happening like this before we now get a move up, because the move up is not done. What they're doing is a retest of this breakout, right? A retest of this breakout. So where price is on the control line, and price has a chance of holding the control line. But I do not want to ignore the yesterday candle and the precaution of the bulls. It's good to look at the candle, because if we look at the candle, then we see that we have to be very careful about concluding that today's candle that is less than 6 hours to close will turn out to be in favor of the bulls. Well, anything can happen, but so far so good. They are printing a 2-bar reversal, which means they can actually still find their way to this point at worst this point, right? But I do see the move continuing. That is their goal. The goal is that the bull run continues. So expect a sideways market that they will continue to the bull run. So 3,500, in fact I do see 4,000 coming. So they are likely going to get into this point, right? 3,800 to 4,000. They are going to get to this point before they even think of a reversal, right? So I do see that point coming. But a little patience is needed because of the sideways that I know will occur. So something like this, you can see how they push that. Something like this is going to occur. You can also see it here. So where we are at right now, they could have that push. Now, what if it doesn't work out for them? Like I said, if it doesn't work out for them, they will find their way down. So chances are high, over 75%, that at worst case scenario, they will see 2,900 range. But they could continue their move to the upside. No, at worst case scenario, don't mind me, 2,770. They could stop at 2,900. Chances are high because of this. But most important, my support here is stronger, so I always like stay open-minded. But their goal is to continue the move. So the bull move up has not ended. It just needs a little more patience. That is what Ethereum is saying. And if we look at BTC on its own, BTC is already doing much better, right? BTC is close, right? So I'm going to try to zoom in. So this is a chart. Let's look closely at what we're saying. So we see BTC actually got to the control line of the daily chart right here, but there was a fake out. So this is supposed to be a retest, but as you can see, if it's a retest, why is it so extended back to my support. So this entire area is my support and this entire area is my resistance. So here's what I see Bitcoin doing. Bitcoin is going to, at worst case scenario, we're going to get a little more push down to 3,800. Why am I talking about that push down? That push down is possible because of what I am seeing. Yesterday candle did not quite open good for the bulls, and it opened in a form of bearish engulfing, right? But let's not just completely ride it, because I know the move down might not be too far, because I have a strong support right here. So price could just move like this sideways. So we're going to experience some sort of sideways. That sideways could take us to, I won't lie you, the bottom of my support is around 37,400 range. It's possible, but they could stop at the trend line. The bottom of my support 37k range, but the trend line say that it's possible they could stop at 38k, 37k range. So this is the point, right? Now worst case scenario, they'll get to 34k, but I don't see that happening. So let's stay positive, because the positive side is that they are going to continue the move to the upside. Why do I say they will continue the move? They will continue the move because they've already somehow magically break this. But this is what I'm saying, is that when they return, here's what I'm saying on BTC, is that when they return, they're going to make this move like this, like this, like this. So it's not going to be a smooth run. If you're expecting a smooth run from BTC, then get ready, because we're going to have a sideways market for some time. A sideways market is expected, that is somehow, but anything could happen. So I will stay open-minded and say that if they get here, we could have a clear run, right? Just like they had here, right? It's possible. I like staying open-minded, but I do know for sure that my control line is not just going to let them run. You can see how many times they actually had to force their way before they made it above it. So now that they're below it, they're going to work harder, and this is why I am looking at this option is going to play out. So BTC is going to need a lot of patience, and I will not say that it will not happen that way. Like I said, I stay open-minded that we could get a move like this. We'll move up, we're going to get attacked around 42k, but they could get easily over it, and they will make their way up to 44, 45k, get pulled back, right? Get pulled back, then make their way up again. They will get pulled back, definitely get pulled back, make their way up again, and they're going to break it, because their main target lies as 52k. So I do see Bitcoin going to 52k. That's what the daily chart is calling for me. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. Thank you for watching. This is just a short analysis, a brief update of what I'm saying, to tell you that I still see my target of 52k to 58k still playing out. But first of all, let's arrive at 52k, and I still see BTC is still bullish. It's just sideways we are experiencing for the short main time. So thank you very much for watching, and happy trading.
Taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it.